Hey, Raku. My biggest fan. My best supporter. Give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get going to Ul'dah. Because everybody wants to go to Ul'dah. Hello, Oxide. Yeah, I think that's good. Why don't we switch on over and get on with our get on with the next phase of this Hildebrand storyline. There we go. Yep, Aeolette has a house out here in the Lavender Beds area, the housing area of Gridania. So One time we could probably say this is my end game, but now it's mostly glamour. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Gotta go with Ganelon and Ul'dah, so let's take on to Ul'dah. Story always seems to have us spend a whole lot of time at Ul'dah. The other two cities don't seem to get visited as much in the story, I feel. Okay, let's see, where is he? Okay. We could teleport, but that's not much closer, so... Alright. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie! If it isn't the Mythril Eye Star Reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature? Eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all! It's a travesty, I tell you. Yes, it's a travesty that we're always hearing all the... Oh, no. Okay, it was probably about something else. Hotch? Hugh or Huey? I'm gonna go with Hugh. Hugh and Hamo. Whatever is the matter. And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes? Oh man, they're trying to twist my tongue. Oh man. I hear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Darrow Metal. Mishap my arse. This was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competitions. I swear it on my subligar. Please, we don't... Oh, yeah, we can't see her subligar. Never mind, let's not. Let's move on. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stinks enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin! Should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent worthy comrade. If I'd been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Montrevilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I am always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sigoli. The Montrevilles? Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Rogar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mythril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a Mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's Challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies? No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Coliseum halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Yuyubaya. He owns the Mythril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Aelet. We've got a case to crack. Man, and I complain about row names. Wait. Okay, yeah, the row names are actually worse, yeah. Okay. Well, the Coliseum should be over here. Did I guess the right side, or is it... Oh, it's... Okay, there we are. It's not far. From the Mythril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you are free to enter. Well, okay then. I am Ellie, reporter for the Mythril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Garhar! Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself? Ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney is already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his civil... Looks like we've got ourselves another, These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Briarden, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence. Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume? Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Of course he's not brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Fiergeist has spared no expense in making the Mythril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection. The Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a corn. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither. But I don't care how many faces he's got, we've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the Brass Blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many-Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoil, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more, the merrier. And the more lucrative at that. Har har har. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood from the melee. Slimy bugger. Oh. I think we might have a surprise appearance here. Give me a moment, will ya? I only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildebrand, look, he's purple. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a cave. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of the many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturgist Guild. They were going to seal him away in the hole with the desert with the others when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs throughout the Colosseum. And am I ever glad they did? I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. Oh, lovely. Okay. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Ooh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Abby? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Ayla Silora will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Thanks for asking. Ayla Silora? Yeah, you do look like a Silora. Well, bugger me with a spear to think that I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mythril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ul'dah. Ul'dah. With Aeoled, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Really? Really, Ellie? Okay, actually, I guess she's maybe predicting ahead there, because, you know, I did the recording there for this earlier, and, you know, actually I was kind of rather sloppy, so. Anyway, now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Ha ha ha, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Aeoled here safe? Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well. I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at the first opportunity. Well, if you ask nicely. Oh, right, you don't do that. Not nicely or ask. Yes. Okay. Okay, Ganelon again, so that must be... back through here because who doesn't want a another loading screen? Let's see, where were they up here? Yes. You again? I've already told you that. What? Answer the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Yes. Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you. But in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat. Raging Rat. Okay. Had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the pugilist field. Why don't you pay him a visit? Okay, so... Alright. Guess we gotta go back up here. Why, hello, Mr. Raging Rat. Okay. Okay, I think I understand the reason for the nickname. Or name, as it might be. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have you? Well, you're not the first, I say. Is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildebrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me as to how exactly it was you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse, have ye not a whit of delicacy? Never ye mind. Look, the records may say that I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of this sort. I'll shout it at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotten in gall as we speak. The girl's Ella Megan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Hey, good old ethnic hatred. Yay! Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Ailette. Let's be on our way. You know, I was just thinking something like that. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Elamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying in every which way. Alba and Avila and Ul'dah, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ul'dah should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. Okay. Okay, back to the Coliseum then. Okay, there he is. Shh, friend, look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ul'dah is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks! Yes, this is the most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Ul'dah appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag, or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nachu, we must pursue. They really love triggering the loading screens with this side of quests. Mr. Ul'dah seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Mmm, marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him? Dose him? You douse him in lemon butter and follow him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them? Yes. Shocking. Shocking. Poor misunderstood Ul'dah. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul luckless in love. Oh, Ul'dah, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now, perhaps we should return to our investigation? If Avila is suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dour Metal back at the Coliseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. Excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Coliseum and speak with Dour Metal. From him, we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she's indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. Indeed, the better plan. Don't think Uncle Ul'dah didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Or am I? Come on now. I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ul'dah dream? Is that really what every octopus wants? Well, kids, hate to ink and run, but then again, I am an octopus. Okay. Alright, so... back across. One more time. Or many more times. When will it end? Yes. What is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I warn ye, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. The poor bugger Ganelon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm me up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. Garr! I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. I find this unlikely. Okay. Okay, so we need to be in Central Thanalan. Might as well just teleport there. Okay. Here we are. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoil shall be mine. It may as well be written stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered, and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rabban Ul'dah won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no, 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldahs no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nawana mines to meet my sister. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. Yes. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Ul'dah's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Ul'dah's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens, no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me. Preposterous. Could it be that that musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave ho! You gotta be kidding me! I suspect viewers may recognize Ultros there. If not, well, you might not have ever seen the Opera House scene then in Final Fantasy VI. Or of course it was released as 3 here in the US. Alright. Let's fly, because that's... Alright. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a little bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I don't know. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklace from Ashima's sun-silk dresses. All the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. Come on. It can't be... That's not that rich. There's tons of players that must have over 30 million gil. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Ul'dah and upper crust. These days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Abby. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. Of course. The true treasure is the friends we make along the way. Nope, okay, that's not what you said. That is your problem, Angelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears this. That's my Abby, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Alti is headed up to here with you. Do you think you can just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer! Not you, you idiot! No need for concern, friends. I was simply taking the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'dah? The Mythril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? Yes, that is exactly what happened. Exactly. The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he's performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm going to show mercy on you, you've got another think coming. Okay, time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute, I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break! That sounded painful. Oh well. I'm sure he'll be fine. Let's fly on back. Let's see. How far did he go? Ah, there we are. He went a long way. Pretty good for someone who just had his head in a hole. Alright, Raku, yeah, have a good night. See you next time, or when you stream. Yes? Is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector's senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Coliseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all night. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear. And with that, we must return to Ul'dah. If you've not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mythril Cup. Oh-ho! Moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a second Mandeville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me to never go to one of their family reunions. God, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if there ever was one. If there ever were one. Who goes there? What? Hildy, Ailette, I've been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating giant yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I'm Gilgamesh, wandering duelist. And I'm not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who could remember my... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Aelet is a formidable foe. That's sounding like high praise coming from a big fellow like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Aelet, I will not fall so easily this time. Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, it looks like I got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. Mwahaha. A supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Nobody here but us octopods. Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Oh boy. Muscle heads! I hate them! Okay. Alright, back to Ul'dah then. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say has taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I'd hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents must employ, I must not. I will not lower myself to their level. Okay. Yep, so through here again. Hello again, loading screen, my old friend. Alright. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I'm one shabby-looking octopus, I tell you. They don't pay me enough for this. Well, that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? Funga! Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to... Ye gads! Who gave you these ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Funga! Ouch. You have my sympathies, good sir. It is challenging enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No. Whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place. For pests. Pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Funga! Inspector, I think something is alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Yes, funga. Gods, yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Ayla, if you'd come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Ah, Briarden. I'm so happy you're back. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus creature appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamian girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mythril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our 8-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Ul'dah's taverns and houses of pleasure. I think we will not comment on that. Let's just move on. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There is also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamigan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Ayla. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Really? What, you think I'm your garbage girl? Seriously? Fine. But only because I need to advance the plot. Oh, let's see. Sapphire Abbey Exchange should be the closest. Okay. Let's search the trash. One more. One more. Okay. I do miss when Sprint had a much shorter cooldown. Okay. Gladiators Guild is basically where what the Coliseum is in a way. Okay. Here, you're garbage, sir. Well, let me see what you have found. Garbage, sir. What did you expect? Now, what have we here? Ah, yes. A spectacular assortment of innards and entrails in... What's this? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the side. Singagot Sundries. It would seem this merchant has had dealings with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. Okay. Yes, of course, that's back at the Sapphire Avenue. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? Garbage. I am looking for garbage. I'm sorry, madam, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait, now, did Ul'dah send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? What with the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Ul'dah clearly is, as he placed just another order today. Could these truffles be somehow connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Briarden, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me. And to steal away Ailette here? This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to have been more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the hearts of many an Ul'dah gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Coliseum. That's cute. That quest was named The Trouble with Truffles. As a Star Trek fan, I can appreciate that. Briarden has seen enough incompetence for the day. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Coliseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Ailette. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade. Understood? Okay, so... Yep, right back to the Coliseum, of course. Alright. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. Garr! Ah, I'd be remiss not to tell you there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Feargeist himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for Ul'dah metal, it is. So what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Gar! Alright, yes, we are ready to... Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Yes, that sounds like a great time. It's all fun and games until... I'm sorry, wait. It's all fun and games when everybody is losing little limbs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mythril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Ul'dah and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of El Amigo, Aelet, the famed warrior of light? Or, who was that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right. Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Ow. Here I am. Did you miss me? Aye, I say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed them tough in El Amigo, that's for certain. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Alti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open that gate at once. Funga? What? What is this monstrosity? Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Fun. Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us all for fools! Don't look at me! It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Elamegan whore. Well, hey, now that's just unkind. Elamegans. Beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Gardemold for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted to. My sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her. But the rules are the rules, right? No, if Uncle Ulti might be so bold. I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Aeolette here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see. Ultros, Ultros, Ultros. They're cheering for the octopus. Well, this is the most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali. The fighters, the tag team Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. Okay. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecile scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Aeolette. Let us make for Halatali. Okay, so let's see. Halatali is. Let's just. Yes, there we go. Eastern Thanalan, that's right. Halatali is also one of the earliest dungeons in the game. believe around level 20, if I'm remembering correctly. Or maybe 24, because, yeah, I think it's the 5th dungeon. So like 23, 24, something like that. Alright. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a nat's arse. Grrr. No, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, eh? Okay. And so, here we are. This'll be the duty, so, let us go ahead and switch over to the video. And, yeah, again, I didn't have the greatest run here. I kind of messed up the middle phase, so... But, that's okay. It wasn't like I was the only one. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here, atop the dragon's neck. If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit... Wow. Okay. No way I'm reading those in time. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, so this one is kind of an a weird fight there. When we become imps there, we need to kind of get in front of him when he blows his bubbles. We need 2 stacks of a particular status condition. Or well, technically 8 stacks between the whole entire party. Because that allows us then to stop a big sneeze that hits the whole arena. And yeah, we would lose if everybody falls off to the side, so... Yep. Yeah, the tanks must have fallen, and I briefly became tank. Dancers don't make great tanks. Yeah, now here where it gets a little ugly, I kind of fall off several times. Yeah. Somewhere around here, anyway. Yep. You can see I kind of lost sight of that, yeah, swirling. Wasn't paying close enough attention to where that was. I got too focused on staying in front of Ul'dah, so that's what was happening there. And yeah, you see when you fall off there, you get stunned for a bit, so you can't just jump right back up. You gotta wait a little bit. But now we're in this. We're in the simple part of the duty, and you can see it's almost it's over. It's completely over. Where did they get? Oh, okay. And Aelet claims the Mythril Cup. And I think we'll go ahead and cut this one short there. My shoulder's bugging me a little bit there, so I think sitting up like this for another 45 minutes would probably be a bit of a strain. So yeah. Anyway, the plan for tomorrow is going to be to resume Celeste. We of course left off last time with 310 deaths, and I'm sure we can get that up higher. I know you guys believe in me. So, we'll see about that tomorrow. Until then, well, let us see who is up to raid. Waiting for refresh. Looks like only one person who's doing art. So, alright. I guess let's raid our only option then. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you again tomorrow, and here comes the raid.